Hello, and welcome to Analytical Algebra 2. My name is Mr. Seplik. That's how it's pronounced. I'll give you a little pronunciation guide. That is Seplik. That's me. If you find that difficult to remember or pronounce, I'll go with Mr. C. Either one's fine with me. So, this is Analytical Algebra 2. And it's going to look a little different, as you may have expected, from what you are used to. At least until September 9th, classes are going to be online. But I think it's important to note what is different about this year versus what you've seen in the past. E-learning in the past was almost like an afterthought for us teachers. We came up with lessons that may or may not have really been useful. We kind of put it to the side and said it was a little less important than it used to be. Even in the spring of this past year, e-learning was only 3 days a week, even 2 days a week at the end of the year, and the penalty for not really doing everything you were supposed to wasn't that bad. Grades were either pass or fail. If you passed, you got an A. Things were really lenient, and you could get away with not doing a whole lot. That's not going to be the case this year. E-learning is every school day. So if a day was going to be a school day, there will be e-learning on that day. And in this class in particular, I don't know how other teachers are doing it, you will have something to do every single day for this class. Whether it's watching a video like this one, taking a quiz, a test, or working on some homework problems. You will be doing something for this class every school day. And the grading system will be the same as it used to be. A, B, C, D, F. And you will be held accountable for what you do and don't do. So, it's important to know that although this is e-learning and no one's reporting to the high school yet, this is regular school. And it might be difficult to wrap your mind around that and get into school mode. But if you can do that, do your best. Okay? This is real. It's not fake school. This is actual real school. So, this class, if you're watching this and you're registered for Analytical Algebra 2, you've probably struggled with math a little bit in the past, and I totally understand that. I've taught this course before. You are almost certainly not the least accomplished math student that I've ever seen. I've had people that couldn't add negative numbers, couldn't do anything with fractions, and that's not even talking about stuff that's actually algebra stuff. So if you don't know how to do some of those things, that is okay. I don't want you to turn this video off and completely tune out for the whole semester. You can do the stuff that you're going to be asked to do. And just because this is online doesn't make it like credit recovery. That's not what this is. I'm trying to make this as close to being in school, in class, as possible. The lectures you're going to get in these videos are very similar to what you would get if we were in school. And in fact, this arrangement might actually be a little better than traditional school, especially when you consider the fact that if we do ever go to school in person again, this class is going to be first period, 7:30 in the morning. I don't know about you, but a lot of people don't like doing math at 7:30 in the morning. So one of the good things about this e-learning is that you can watch this video whenever you want. You want to watch it at 2 p.m.? Great. 8 p.m.? Great. 2 in the morning? I wouldn't necessarily suggest that time of day. You should probably be asleep at that point. But whatever time of day is best for you, most convenient, that's when you can do math. So it's actually a little more freedom than you would normally have. So work that to your advantage. Watch these videos, do the work when it's convenient for you every day. Okay, so this can actually be better than normal school. So, a little bit about me. I'm going to try and keep this brief. I'm already over 5 minutes. Holy cow. I am from southwestern Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. And one of the reasons I'm in Anderson, this is my 5th year at the high school. It's my 4th year as a teacher here. I did my student teaching here as well. Is Anderson reminds me of my hometown. My town used to have several paper mills. They manufactured paper along the river that runs through my town. But those paper mills all went away when I was about 8. So, for example, my father worked in one of those paper mills. He could have walked to work. Ever since then, he's had to travel 45 minutes each way to and from Cincinnati to go to work. A lot of people in my town became unemployed. So that's similar to what happened in Anderson with GM. It seemed like overnight everything changed and it was all worse. But my town is finally starting to rebound. Businesses are coming back. It took decades, but it's finally coming back. And I have that hope for Anderson as well. Not that there aren't good things about Anderson too, there certainly are. But the economic situation in general, it can improve. Things can get better. But it's people like you who in the next couple decades could be part of the reason for that turnaround. So, I have hope for Anderson. I've seen the good in Anderson, and I've seen the good in all the students that I've had the last few years. And I'm sure you all are no different, even if you don't think you can do this stuff. If you try, I think you might surprise yourself. So, let's transition a little bit. We're going to cut over to something that I'd like you to do for me. Alright, so what you'll see here is what you'll find if you go to the Canvas homepage for this course. So, I'm in Analytical Algebra 2, got a nice picture of me and my wife here, and this will be your home for everything that you have in this class. So, you'll have links to every chapter that we cover. I've got things set up by chapter. So right now if you go to chapter 0, which is where we're going to start, you'll see by day what you'll be expected to do. So for example, the first day, this may be August 5th that you're watching this. Welcome to Analytical Algebra 2 for today. Please watch the video that you're watching right now and complete a Google form to let me know a little bit about you. So right now, the video is not here yet because I'm currently recording it. But by the time you see this, that video will be here. And if you click on that link, it will take you to this Google form. And I would like you to fill this out so that I can know a little bit about you, especially since we're not going to be in person at least for a while. So, I'm just asking you for your name, your grade. Do you expect to be employed at a job during fall semester? If so, which hours of the day do you usually expect to work? I'm not asking this to be nosy or anything like that. I need to know when you'll be available and when you won't be available to work. And that's mainly because I intend to provide some kind of virtual office hours where you can get live help from me, one-on-one, if you'd like. And so I need to know, first of all, would that be something you're interested in using? Would you want to somehow do something online so that you can get help right away? So you can go from 0 to 10. 0 is, I'm not going to do that. 10 is, I'm absolutely going to do that. Or anything in between if you're not sure. And if you would like to do something like that, if that seems like something you might be interested in, what time of day do you think would be best for you? And so there's several different times here. For me personally, I will have to be in my classroom at the high school during regular school hours from 7:30 to 2:30. So these first 3 blocks, I would be in the classroom, and those would probably be best for me personally. But if you have something else going on, if that's when you work, if you're doing that, or if those times just don't work for you, I've also provided a couple of times that are later that could also work. If everyone fills this out and I get a lot of responses, I'll be able to figure out what works best for this class. Okay. How do you feel about math? And I want you to be honest. Maybe you just don't like it. Maybe you do like it, but you're just not good at it, you think. Okay? So I want you to be honest. And I want to know if it's possible for your feelings to change this semester. So maybe you don't like math, but you can be persuaded to not hate it so much. Something like that. I just want to know. And this last one is anything you want me to know that I haven't asked about. Students in the past, any medical conditions they have. Some of them tell me what they have to do every day just to get by. And it's helpful to know those kinds of things because for a teacher, I try not to assume that people are being disrespectful. If they're not paying attention in class, maybe they've got something else going on, maybe they're thinking about something else. If I were to know that in advance, if that was something that you think would be helpful, that can help. If you know you're going to be really busy and you're going to have trouble getting things in on time for a certain reason, that might be good to know. Because otherwise I just have to assume that you're not interested in doing these things. Okay? So don't say anything that you want to keep private. You don't have to tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. But if it's anything that could help me get to know you better or be a better teacher for you, that's what I want you to put there. Okay, so that's the Google form. So I also want to talk about on Canvas what this course is about. So we'll go back to the home page. And if you have modules here, you get everything in the course. Since we haven't done anything yet, there's not really a whole lot there that isn't in the Chapter 0 link. You've got my contact information here. You can always shoot me an email. That's what I prefer, actually. If you've got any kinds of questions about the class, about homework assignment that you're working on, anything like that. That's my class phone number. I'll be there during school hours, 7:30 to 2:30, but again, I prefer email. The course syllabus is what I want to talk about here. And we got that down here. So let's talk a little bit about the class. Again, the traditional grading scale is back, A through F. Problem sets, essentially homework, is 25% of your grade. Everything else is 75%. A lot of these things aren't really going to be useful for e-learning. It's for when we're in the classroom. But let's see here. Homework is going to be interesting. Obviously, this kind of situation, we haven't been in something like this in the past. So in terms of homework, you will have homework. But how that homework is graded is a little bit undetermined so far. In general, I usually only accept late homework 1 day late. And if it's late, it's half credit. And after that, I usually don't accept it. It'll probably be a little more lenient this year, but I don't know yet. Okay. All assignments are going to be on Canvas. Any homework, any tests, any quizzes, all of it's on Canvas. And it will be even if we go back to school, like traditional school. Everything will be online. So there is that. So make sure you have your Chromebook. If you don't have a working Chromebook, they are doing Chromebook repair stuff at the administration building in downtown Anderson. You should have gotten some information with your back to school email about that. And if you have questions about that, shoot me an email and I'll let you know how you can get your Chromebook fixed. Makeup work's your responsibility. That's not really relevant here. Tests and quizzes, you'll know when they're coming. I don't do pop quizzes. I don't do anything like that. You'll know when the test or quiz is coming, so you'll be able to study if you want. Actually, something up here. So notice it says test/quizzes/folders here. If we go back to traditional school, I've got folders for each of you. And you'll have your own folder and you can keep it in the classroom. And any papers that you get, note papers, anything like that, go in the folder. And I grade the folders. So as long as you do your notes in class, you get credit for the folders. Since we're not going to be together for a while, as you watch the videos and take notes, I want you to hold on to those note papers And when we get back, I will grade the ones that you have. Okay, so I'll remind you of that, but anytime you're watching a video and teaching you some stuff, you should be taking notes. Hold on to those papers. That'll be important. If you are struggling at any point, a lot of these are if you were in school, shoot me an email. I'm going to have virtual office hours. I haven't exactly determined when those are yet. I'm waiting for the responses from the survey. But I will let you know when those are. If you can't make it, shoot me an email anyway. We'll work it out. Okay? Even outside of my virtual office hours time, I can help you out. So just let me know if you're struggling. There's no need to just be lost and feel like you can't get help. I will help you. I will. Okay? I'm a nice guy. I try to help everyone that asks. Cell phones and calculators. Again, if we're not in class, I'm not going to be there to like tell you to put your phone away or anything like that. But in general, if you're watching a lecture video and taking notes, don't distract yourself. Okay? Just watch the lecture as if you were in class. Try not to get distracted too much. Obviously, there are some things you can't help if something's going on at home, something like that. But treat it like school as much as you can. All right? But when we're back, phones shouldn't be out. Okay, just keep that in mind. You don't need a calculator for this class. You don't need a physical calculator. I will show you a free online calculator that we're going to use in class that you'll have access to, totally free. It'll have everything you need. If you've been using a calculator for math courses in the past, like just typing it into Google or something, that'll be okay. But for some of the things we're doing in this class, you might want something a little bit more high-tech. So I'll introduce that to you, but you don't need to get a calculator. If you do get one, though, make sure it has buttons like these on them. That will come in handy. So, for today, again, we haven't started the first section yet. That'll be for the next video. But your homework, essentially, for today is to fill out the Google form. Okay? I want to know all these things about you. That should not take very long. Maybe 10 minutes at most, and that's if you're writing like essays for some of these things. Okay? Not a whole lot of time here. So fill out that Google form, and that is all I need from you. So, until then, see you in the next video. Have a good one.